The documentary Before the End, Searching for Jim Morrison, available on Apple TV+, explores a surprising and controversial theory: the death of Jim Morrison, the legendary frontman of The Doors, in 1971 may not have been a real event, but rather a fake death. According to this, Morrison chose to disappear from the public eye to live under a new identity as Frank. Director Jeff Finn, in his three-part documentary, explores this theory, which has fueled debate among fans for decades. Is Jim Morrison still alive? Theory is making the rounds among fans. Finn investigates various aspects of Morrison's life and death, looking for clues that suggest the artist chose to disappear and live an anonymous life. Evidence presented includes testimonies from people who claim to have seen Morrison walking around under the name Frank, as well as the discovery of a scar on the face of a man that Finn believes may match Morrison's. You can see that he has a mole or scar right where Morrison had it, right next to his nose. The director also explores possible motives behind Morrison's decision to walk away, such as his disdain for fame and desire to live out of the spotlight. His death has always been shrouded in mystery, fueling alternative theories that have captured the imagination of fans for years. Let's keep in mind that Morrison was 179 centimeters tall, maximum 180 cm, but the death certificate says he was 1.86 centimeters tall, which is ridiculous. They can be wrong by 2 centimeters, but not by 7 centimeters. It's too much. In addition, bodies shrink when they die. They don't grow. According to science, human bodies can shrink slightly when they die. The shrinkage is minimal in most cases, 1 to 2 centimeters, which means he should have been 1.77 or 1.78 centimeters tall, but not 1.86 cm. Also keep in mind that Morrison told his high school friends, Manzarek, Sally Stevenson, Danny Sugerman, Caddy, and Frank, that he would fake his death. He told Manzarek that he would go to an island in Africa. Manzarek later wrote a book about a rock star poet who fakes his death in Paris and goes to live in Australia. The book is called The Poet in Exile. He also tells Sally Stevenson that he would go to Morocco under the name Douglas James so that no one would recognize him. And finally, the final piece was Morrison's secretary in Paris, Robin, who claims that maybe Jeff can meet Morrison there. This just before Jeff meets Frank X. To this day, Jim's social security number is still active. Something I find extremely interesting is that Mr. X has two close friends. One is Hervé Muller and a guy named Yep Gillis, who is Gillis Yepremian, a friend of Jim in Paris. Frank also shares the same tastes in film and literature, as well as the same hobbies as Jim. Jim's friend Gillis shared this documentary, as if to tell us that Jim is still alive. This documentary offers a new perspective on Morrison's death, examining interviews, visual evidence, and statements from those who claim to have met the artist after his alleged death. The theory that Morrison may be alive is thus reborn, challenging the official truth and raising questions about the authenticity of the information regarding his death, offering the audience a reflection on one of the most fascinating enigmas in the history of rock.